This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to Dr. TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gourani. He is
Namaste,
an
sir.
assistant civil surgeon working in area hospital, which you
UPHC.
call usually under government care.
UPHC.
Sultan, yeah, UPS Sultan Bazar from Hyderabad, Telangana, India. Because why I mention all these things, this is going to be an international topic. ఇది అంతర్జాతీయంగా అందరికీ తెలవాల్సినటువంటి ఒక విషయం కాబట్టి డాక్టర్ గారిని సూటిగా ప్రశ్నిస్తూ ఇప్పుడు కొత్తగా చూస్తా ఉన్నాం రిబౌండ్ ఫినామినా. ఈ రిబౌండ్ ఏందో, ఈ కథ ఏందో, COVID-19 రిబౌండ్ సిమ్టమ్స్ అని మనం చూసాం. బైడెన్, అమెరికన్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ బైడెన్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ డయాగ్నోస్డ్ యాజ్ రిబౌండ్ COVID-19 సిమ్టమ్స్. అది కూడా ఏదో మందు వాడిన తర్వాత రిబౌండ్ COVID-19 symptoms ఏందో we did not understand what that COVID-19 rebound symptoms. That's why this show is important, because I have called in a doctor who has been pursuing researching on COVID-19 treatment right from 2020. For that reason, he has been shunted and shifted from Gandhi Hospital to Sultan Bazar Hospital. The Gandhi Hospital was the main hospital because of his rich experience, because of his attitude towards science, to explore that too. Why? In larger public interest, because health is wealth. And he goes with our same understood principle that a cure or prevention should not be more harmful or dangerous than the original disease itself. And why not we simplify it? That is what he has been doing, and that is what we have been doing all the while through DRTSPR channels, which really ask you to support, subscribe, and come out in a big way. Why? Because we get such wonderful guests who speak only science, who speak only truth, who come out with facts and evidences. They will evidence everything. And this show, for that matter, we are asking him, how come P, the P square, or it is pharma or politicians, or pharma influencing politicians in a wrongful way, or politicians getting influenced by pharma in a wrongful way, both are getting influenced in such a way that the entire society is again fearful. మళ్ళీ సమాజం మొత్తం భయాందోళనలో పోయేటువంటి క్రమంలో ఈ షో, ఈ రోజు చేసే ఈ మంగళవారం షో చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. వెల్కమ్ టు స్పెషల్ షో డాక్టర్ సాబ్.
Sir, namaste, sir.
ఏంది
Good
సార్
afternoon.
ఇది రిబౌండ్ ఫినామినా ఏంది డాక్టర్ గారు? అర్థం కాని పరిస్థితి.
Sir, actually, the drug has come in the third wave. If we say it in India, it is almost 6 months back. The drug has come into the people, and the trials has been conducted, and it shows that almost 3,000 people. Of the 3,000 people, if you see, only 1,290 some odd number. Of the 1,200, placebo is 600 approximately, and the other is the 600. And they said that in that 3 days course, actually the Paxlovid is a 5 days course. Of the 3 days course, 3 people were admitted. After 5 days, 6 people were admitted. Uh, in this regard, I just want to make it clear that here. And other part is the placebo, where almost 27 people have been admitted because they did not have any treatment for that one. Actually, Mr. Joe Biden, who has been the president of the America, COVID rebound, I was seeing him. I was following the things in the YouTube or the media. When he was started as a positive, it is on last week only. And after 5 days of treatment with Paxlovid, the media said before the media he said that it is a wonder drug, and even Fauci too. But after 3 days, overall 8 days, when he started from the positive to the when he said it is negative by 5th day, and again he has been positive on 8th day. Then how can be it called as a wonder drug? Because the trials have been conducted, and the people have been given these Paxlovid in the United States of America as a first drug, and it has been authorized, emergency authorization has been given to this drug, but it has been not a better drug, I can say that, because rebound problems are there with so many people. And even Omicron, if you see the Omicron as the simplest, I'll say as the simplest virus, after 7 days, the so many people, 7 to 8 days, 9 days, already the articles or journals have been published in the Lancet and other Science Direct journals, where it shows that 8 to 9 days. It is lesser than the Delta variant, which is 11 days, 10 to 11 days. It is lesser by 2 days as a normal phenomenon. As a normal phenomenon, I am saying. But when this drug has come out and rebound and all those things, the duration did not change. And one more thing, I just want to make it clear that these people just just inhibiting the virus at some stage, they are saying, but I don't think so. It is working well. And they did not explain about the clotting mechanism which has been happening in the body and could not be prevented. Actually, we are not at all giving, because Mr. Joe Biden, who's been president of America, they had given the aspirin. What about those clots which are already formed in the incubation period? They did not explain it. That is a high risk thing, because 3 days, 4 days will be almost 3 days is the incubation period. By the time the virus will do all the things. But starting after symptoms, by taking the COVID positive test, or RT-PCR, or the emergency test, a rapid antigen, the positiveness which has been from the time to the curing time, the virus dies after some time. This time definitely have the effect on the body by the virus in the spike protein, which is a spike protein which is responsible
Let me
for
put it to you this way: another new drug in between remdesivir, every other drug they tried, and they did not allow our own other drug, which was doing waves in Uttar Pradesh also, for God reasons. Because I'm not trying to entertain the other aspect here in this show, whether virus exists, whether virus has been isolated. That I leave it apart. Now let us go by the own WHO, CDC, FDA of their own theory. Remdesivir has been withdrawn. Why they did withdraw?
yeah,
Why did they announce the drug? And how is that a drug? If it is drug, means it has to cure.
stop.
It has it has to cure. Simple
Yeah,
and very simple. Vaccination means prevention. Drug
yeah,
means it has to cure. Now, when they are saying it is
yes,
a wonder drug, how is that it is being still used under emergency use authorization? Then no liability
yeah.
and compensation. How can you do that? Like
That's a
remdesivir,
big
they have
question.
withdrawn, but the people who have used, they've all vanished. So many people got killed. Lakhs of rupees looted. And when this show, 2DG, when they were about to announce by DRTO and Ready Lab, we have done one show, we have questioned. After that, it went off. Now, this drug, what is the pathway? What does it contain? How is that they don't release the contents of the drug? What is the pathway of the drug? And if you want to use it as a wonder drug for the entire world, so many billions of population, on how many billions this trial should have gone? For India,
Yes,
130 crore population, on how many Indians they have tested this, and the safety, efficacy, everything has to go. No, the
yeah,
same procedure they have to. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah. Sir, in this regard, I want to say that see, already all the drugs till now, from hydroxychloroquine, said that it is not working. Then comes the steroids. Steroids is one of the biggest thing. Again, that is not working. Then said that about the remdesivir. The, started with remdesivir in the Delta wave, saying that in the middle of the Delta wave, no, it's not working by the WHO. Again, that remdesivir again could come into third wave also. In the third wave, when molnupiravir is one drug, they are saying. these all the drugs are evaded. These virus is evading all these drugs. Actually, I can say that. Now, all the variants which are evading the vaccines and all those things in US, which has been there, Pfizer or Moderna, they say that always these are evaded. I don't understand why
That means
me Joe
that
Biden.
means there is lack of immunity, natural, because they said vaccines have superior immunity. That failed now. That has
Yes,
failed now because of the wave after wave. But instead of withdrawing the vaccine till today, they have not announced what a vaccine contains. How is that the ingredients of the vaccine are not made public, Dr. Garu? Is
sir.
it the way? Is
Sir,
it the way you should run?
I just want to make it clear that regarding the vaccine, I did not go through that much. But
No, no, but
most of the people who had already had the vaccine, had got the infection. In this regard, I just want to make it clear that actually, when we compare with, we should not compare with the Delta. Delta is a wave that is
let us leave off
directly
then.
affect on the
And
directly
let me
affect. Sir.
put it to you this way. Now I'll not confuse any commoner with variants. సామాన్యులను ఈ వేరియంట్ ఆ వేరియంట్ వాళ్ళని ఇబ్బంది పెట్టదలుచుకోవాలి. ఒకటే సింపుల్ అడుగుతా ఉన్నా. COVID-19 నివారణ అని టీకాలు వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ టీకాలు వస్తే మళ్ళీ వేవ్స్ ఎందుకు వచ్చినాయి? టీకాలు ఆపలేదు కదా
Evades.
నివారణ. రైట్. రెండోది
Evade
దానికి
అంటే తప్పించుకున్నాడు అని అర్థం.
మందులు అన్నప్పుడు మందులు పనిచేస్తే ఇంతమంది ఎందుకు చనిపోతారు? ఇంత భయం ఎందుకు? టీకాలు పనిచేసినా మందులు పనిచేసినా COVID-19 ఇంత భయభ్రాంతులకు ఎందుకు గురి చేస్తుంది? దట్ ఈస్ వన్. If really vaccines and drugs had worked, why this fear which continued? And that too for a disease, WHO, CDC, they themselves claim, including ICMR, 99.99% recovery on their own. I'm not saying this, I'm quoting the figures.
Yeah.
Then, as a doctor, did they do any autopsy or postmortem to understand whether the deaths are just because of COVID-19 itself? Because in India, I've been challenging WHO, ICMR, right from Prime Minister's office to Chief Minister's office, all directors of health. Come on, let us debate which disease is fatal or dangerous: TB, malaria, dengue, or COVID-19. Why they are not coming forward? How do you look at this scenario before we go to those drugs?
Sir, I just want to submit here. We have seen the Delta wave and the Omicron. When we see the Delta wave, which is affecting the people drastically faster in the lungs and damaging the people at the faster way. And today, we see the Omicron, which is milder, but I will say that this is a silent killer because so many people are dying after 6 months or 1 year because of the complications. This is what happening in this scenario. Just I want to make it clear that that is the reason most of the people, celebrities, are dying with doing hard work because of the sudden heart attacks that is coming on the people right now.
And this drug, this wonder drug, is costing, as per your this thing, 43,000 Indian currency. Am I right?
Yeah, it's good.
When there is a cure for 45 rupees, as we have projected through the live show, which you have come out very clearly with science and logic,
Yeah.
43,000 still rebound symptoms,
Yes.
still isolation. 45 rupees cure, no problem.
No rebound, no problem.
No rebound, no problem. Because we are trying to discuss something which is good for human beings, whether he is a US citizen or a Indian citizen. But one has to understand, for one, the same constitution will not hold good, because we eat different food, different atmosphere, different weather conditions when you compare to America. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
How
Yes,
can
sir.
you have largely same type of treatment, same type of prevention? First, you make it clear you are a government doctor and you have been exploring and researching.
Sir, in this recording, just I want to make it clear. One thing, I could explain the mechanism of action. It is purely an article based. It is from all the articles, journals, which has been published in the internationally. From the Lancet, Science Direct, PubMed, all the articles. Then when you go through all the things, a drug which I am saying right now, from starting I've been using this one, the colchicine. it prevents the myocarditis. One way it is augmenting, it's stopping the virus in the cell, and other way it's preventing the myocarditis by which the people will not having the heart disease. Okay, and other ways the way the clotting. Everyone is saying that clotting is happening. Clotting. What is this clotting? Why it is happening? Is there any drug we are using it? I can say that there is no person is doing that such a thing. I'm augmenting. Yes, this is article based. Myocarditis response to the colchicine therapy. This is a long back. It is in 17, 20, it seems, 17 to 20 year, 2020, before the pandemic. And so in this regard, I just want to make it clear, as it is preventing the myocarditis, pericarditis too, as an anti-inflammatory working in the COVID, I choose that one. And other drug is the serosopepidase, which is an anti-inflammatory, thrombolytic. That is dissolving the thrombus in the blood vessel, and fibrinolytic. The dissolve the fibrin, which is a meshwork, is there that has been removed. The two places. One is preventing the myocarditis, other is preventing the blood clots. That itself gives the complete answer for the COVID. One way you're stopping the virus, one way you're preventing all these things. The answer is complete, 100% in this regard. And everyone can search the colchicine. How does it acts? How does it prevents? Colchicine, not only the heart, it is preventing the things in the liver too. That is the main thing. Liver, kidney, spleen, pancreas, thyroid, the brain. These are preventing all the, and it is acting as anti-inflammatory and anti-fibrotic too. It is not making the fibrous tissue formation at the place. Whereas now actually the 43,000 Paxlovid, which says it will stop the virus. What about those things, inflammation that has happened in the body? You're not saying. They are not saying. What and the clots, regarding the clots, they are saying the prevention. No, they are not saying that it is going to dissolve the clots. If you check most of the people, I can challenge things. Most of the people, vulnerable group, which has been there, the people with 40, 50 age, with high cholesterol or all the things, those people are being affected. Those people are being affecting right now. They are having a huge D-dimer level. Huge D-dimer level indicates that there is some clotting mechanism is happening. Clots are there in the body. Though our body has maintaining the equilibrium, hemostasis, but we are not removing those clots at all. That's a biggest mistake, I can say that one. If you don't remove the clots, if a heart is damaged, it's these two drugs really.
Yeah, Doctor. Doctor. So I'm just trying to show you with all these drugs which have been there in the public domain, and with evidences we are trying to present you myocarditis and colchicine, a new perspective from cardiac. When these drugs are available, such cheap available drugs, when they are trying to help prevent blood clotting and all, as has been seen in the COVID cases, that's how people have been dying because of myocarditis and all, as being claimed by the doctor. When the same drugs are there, why they are going for new drugs? Ivermectin, like that, they have just ignored ivermectin. Doctor,
Sir, is it corrected?
yeah, you're there.
Video is not being displayed, sir.
Yeah, but anyhow, I'm trying to discuss this on the screen. You just switch on your video. When ivermectin, like
Yeah.
so many drugs, when colchicine drugs are there in the same American cardiology, they have explored this. How is that they are coming up with new drugs instead of using such type of proven drugs? That too for a minimum cost. Because as you are
Yeah.
claiming, it is nothing but It is. Doctor, are you there?
Sir, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
Yeah, as you rightly said, there is blood clotting, myocarditis. So many stars are dying, singers everywhere across the globe. Youngsters are
Yeah.
dying. Why they
Sir,
are not trying to overcome these
we
drugs?
are,
Instead,
sir, we are
instead,
as a human beings, if you are saying, the most of them projected are the celebrities, not the common man. Still,
yeah,
common man too is affected. But the reason why I just want these drugs to come out. Really, it's a very pathetic condition. Even celebrities are dying. Even sportsmen are dying. Even the farmers are dying. So many people are dying because of the long complication. In this regard of the deaths, when I want to make it clear, if you see the data of overall Indian things, which state is having the more cardiac problem? If you see that, it's a Kerala. Kerala is one place where we see more a cardiac arrest, cardiac diseases, or uh, any atherosclerosis type of things. That is why we see more number of deaths in Kerala than any other place. When compared daily data wise, if you see, you will see the more number of deaths from the Kerala.
hmm. So that's what I'm just trying to present all this. What you have sent me.
Yeah. It is a purely general based. It's international journals. It has been published in the PubMed, Science Direct, Lancet, and all these things. The people has to see all these things, sir.
So
Well,
how will I? Now I'm trying to project something on Omicron for the people to understand. As far as simple treatment, why they are complicating with new drugs? New drugs under emergency use authorization. Let me make it very clear to the world. Why emergency use authorization if a drug is working, if a vaccine is working? What does vaccines contain? What does the drug contains? How it is going to cure and how it is going to prevent? Those are the simplest things. And what are the
yeah,
symptoms? What is the pathophysiology? How it is going to affect? I'll just play this video.
Well, I'm Dr. Vasanth Kumar, Gourani, and today just want to explain you about the Omicron variants, origin, signs, symptoms, pathophysiology, investigations, complications, and medicines. Remember, this one is going to be the first ever treatment. Shows that in 4 to 5 days the patient will become negative with these drugs. How it is going to be?
Here, the patient becomes negative with the drugs. But there you have seen
yes,
Joe, Joe Biden, he is becoming positive
yeah,
after the treatment by the drug. So you understand that is why I'm just trying to play this as an example.
I just want to explain it to you in a clear way, proper way. 5 to 9, and the other variants which
So these are the variants, and then you have these
except the black
symptoms:
sugar, which is
fatigue,
saying
body aches, cough,
6
running
days,
nose, headache, low
but
grade
any of the
fever,
drugs say did not say that
periorbital pain,
it
diarrhea,
will be
scratchy
negative
throat.
by the end of fourth
I'm
or
just
fifth
rushing through, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
he has
yes, yes.
here he is
spleen,
explaining the histopathology,
liver,
pathophysiology. Sorry.
Yeah,
intestine,
pathophysiology. I just want to
stomach,
make it clear, sir.
the brain.
The virus, entry of virus, how it is formed, and how the clots are formed. The virus itself will enter into the blood vessel and will go to the overall the body. And this is what the clear picture I want to make it regarding the virus and how it has been acting on the cell.
So you can just make it clear. You can
Sir,
just tell them this is the pathophysiology. Pathophysiology. Once the virus enters your
I just
body, your cell.
I just want to make it clear here. When we see the virus entry into the cell, after entering into the cell, the whole capsid will be removed. The outer coat will be removed, and only the virus genome will be there. And when we start this colchicine as a first drug, colchicine may inhibits the microtubules. You can see on the left side of the things, microtubules, which maintain the shape, size, and function of the cell. Functions too, because it makes the flaccid thing there, flaccid the whole of the cell, and functioning doesn't happen. when these virus, shedded virus with only the genome, which has been there, is not going to form the new virus in the cell. That is the reason why these microtubules plays a important role by forming a colchicine microtubule complex. So there is this virus will die itself, and the vacuoles. See, the vacuoles plays a main role normally in the body, normally in the body as a scavenger. It will take off all the virus from this which has been in the cell, and it will uh, with the concentration, high pH level concentration, H plus ions, which has been there in the vacuoles, that kills the virus. It's a normal routine process with bacteria, virus, fungus, and all those things. That is the main reason why this microtubule, along with the colchicine along with the acting on the microtubule, makes the virus, killing the virus. So in this regard, I want to make it clear. Actually, the colchicine action starts after taking one pill of a medicine, morning and the evening, 0.5 mg. The action starts in 24 hours to 48 hours. If you start with the loading dose, the patient will be negative by fourth or fifth day. Fourth or fifth day means the dead virus will be there, still will get the positive on fourth or fifth day. But the action starts in second day or third day itself. 90% of the virus will be killed by third day with this course.
Wonderful.
90%. By the end of the fourth day,
entire world is listening, including CDC, and in the
yeah,
Fauci also. You have to listen to this. Why is that when you have such a cheaper drug available, proved of its own
yes,
credentials by your own American cardiology magazines? How is that Dr. Fauci, CDC, FDA, they ignore this and try to come out with a new drug as they have done with remdesivir, inflicting injuries? Many people got killed. That is why we demanded postmortem to prove us wrong. Autopsy or postmortem. You did not come out. All of a sudden, you have stopped the drug. When you have such available drugs with proven credentials of cure or treatment, why are you resorting to this? And they themselves again came out. Rebound symptoms, testing positive. Yes, sir.
in this regard, just I want to make it clear one thing, colchicine. It is not the only the upper respiratory tract cells. It is elsewhere in the body, all the parts of the body where ACE receptors are there. That is what heart, lungs, kidney, spleen, what you call the intestine, blood vessels. These ACE receptors there where the virus attacks. It is going to stop there. The virus is stopped. Is one part. Second part, if you see in the Omicron, if you see in the Delta, the lung has been infected, and the lung has been not damaged in so many cases. Of my cases, 50% of the lung is damaged at the starting of fifth day. Could withstand with a 50% at the end of the treatment, and I could see the recovery. Now, in regard with the Omicron, Omicron is not acting on what you call attacking on the lung tissue. But Omicron has one property other than lung, other parts have been affected. That is mainly when you see the heart muscles, which is acting on heart muscles and the blood vessel, we are seeing the infarction there, myocarditis, pericarditis, because of that, arrhythmias. And these are all things makes the person crample. These medicines stops all those things. It is clearly is there in the generals. I just want to make it clear. It is clearly in the generals that it is going to be protective in the viral infections too. It is not that it is going to act in this only COVID. It is going to act in all the virus. All the virus.
It's a
Virus is not the living thing.
big exposure coming from Dr. Vasanth ji, that this is there in all the journals, even including American cardiology journals, and this is going to work colchicine in all viral infections,
Viral.
all
Yeah.
viral loads across the body, wherever you find these ACE receptors. In this specific case, when the ACE receptors are there in each and every part of the body in regards to COVID-19, this is a wonderful drug. And also for all the viral disorders. It is there in your own journals. We are trying to quote from your own journals. Let me just play this further and see.
It's there. Because of that, the body, the clotting, and if the clotting mechanism is not stopped with the anticoagulants and thrombolytic drugs, the coming days we may see the increase in the heart attacks and strokes with large clots. That is what most of the people today these days are dying with the heart attacks, strokes, and with a lot of problems. Much of the heart damage caused by the COVID-19 is believed to be the stem from small clots that blocks the tiny blood vessels, capillaries in the heart muscles. Well, one way the RNA virus, which is the COVID-19 coronavirus, Omicron or Delta or any other virus.
Here, I'm receiving a call stating that this is because of vaccinations. Many youngsters are dying because of the damage it has inflicted on the cardiac muscle. And yes, I'm carrying your thoughts. Prevention is prevention more harmful and dangerous. So that also I'm trying to point it out. All those who have been vaccinated, why are they dying? All the celebrities, two vaccines, boosters, why they are still dying? Why they are still dying? Here, our doctor is explaining the complications of the virus. I am trying to put, is it the complication of even the vaccine too? That is why we were demanding autopsy or post-mortem reports, because all these are being under emergency use authorization for any signs,
Sir,
the safety,
sir, one,
efficacy, immunogenicity, then peer review in a smaller group and a bigger group. It takes years for a vaccine or a drug to develop. Yes, doctor, please.
sir, one thing in this regard I want to say. One autopsy with the KK singer, well-known singer in the Telangana and India. It's the most famous singer. After the show, he died with a severe massive heart attack. Okay, and after autopsy, when in the autopsy shows that clots are been there in the heart, lot of clots. That has been published in one of the newspaper too. And still, we people think that Omicron is nothing. Simply, our people in Telangana or India, they're given with only symptomatic treatment. We should give them a proper treatment. Had to give them proper treatment. If the proper treatment is these two drugs, that is cost 45 rupees. I'm saying in this regard, where the clots, if you see the deep vein thrombosis, normally we see some cases, deep vein thrombosis cases, but stroke cases, I have seen that. Stroke cases with emboli. The lungs have been with emboli, and the saturation was lesser in that cases. I treated one of the case with simplest serratia peptidase as a main drug. Only serratia peptidase as a main drug. It has given good, excellent results. With 2000 plus D-dimer was level that was there. It has come within 3 to 4 days to a 570 with only serratia peptidase. There is no drug in the world which can show that we can lyse this thrombus, we can lyse these blood clots, or we can prevent. I am saying prevention also is there with this one. That is why I choose this as a first. First, I thought it as a first drug, but it has become a first drug right now in the Omicron. And preventing in the liver too, as anti-fibrotic attacks, preventing that fibrosis. Nowadays, we are seeing the fatty liver too. Most of the people are saying earlier it was in the alcoholics or any other with liver pathology, but now they are saying even vegetarians to get this one. It is not that the thing answer is not that one, because with something these people are getting a fatty liver. And regarding the kidney, we have seen the failure in the kidneys, spleen, and the pancreas. This is one of the important thing. Most of them which has been treated with the steroids in the Delta wave, or with this other remdesivir and all those things, and even this virus acting on the pancreas, a cumulative effect on the overall on the liver pancreas. There is a high range of sugars in those people at that time, and other is the thyroid. Even if you see, sir, in this Omicron or Delta wave, there is the thyroid TSH level has increased to 10 to 30 folds, 10 to 30, 40 fold also. We had seen 40, 60. These are all due to the virus itself. And the muscle joints and all the spins are lesser affected, but overall the heart is one organ which has been nowadays it has been more affected to all the people.
So these are the complications. These are the complications because of virus. And even after vaccination, if people are dying, are the same being reflected in those deaths? That means, is vaccine causing such side effects? I leave it to your own sense. Yes, let me play this video further.
That preventing the fibrosis, or whether it is a heart muscle, that is why there is one other article showing that it prevents the myocarditis. That is why the word has been included here. The microtubule is the main component of the cellular process that involves the maintenance of the cell shape, size, intracellular movements of the organelles, cell migration, cell division, and ion regulation. This is what the microtubule is doing. Microtubule is a skeleton, cytoskeleton, and it's a main role here is very clear that colchicine makes a complex of microtubule and inhibit all this process. Cell shape is disturbed, size is disturbed, intracellular movement of the organelles are disturbed, cell migration is disturbed, cell division is disturbed, and ion regulation is disturbed. So the virus cannot utilize anything in this regard. Virus cannot survive after entering into the cell. That is why the fourth date is going to be negative.
See, we are trying to present to the world, this is how a real research study should be of any drug. How it acts. Microtubule with colchicine, it prevents, once it forms the complex, it doesn't allow the cell outer structure for the common man. Cell outer structure, that shape, size, intracellular movement of organelles, cell migration, cell division, and ions regulation are all maintained. They're all intact. That means the cell function doesn't get disturbed once you are on this drug, even if you are infected by this virus. Even before the treatment, if you are infected, this colchicine is going to clear this away, that phagocytic action on the virus, the same way as it is trying to prevent.
Second day, but on the fourth day, the patient will be negative with RT-PCR or rapid test. The colchicine is
And then we are trying to come to another, how
500 and below that in 5 to 6 days. Well, anticoagulant, thrombolytic, fibrinolytic active. Useful in the coagulopathy, thrombosis complication, higher fibrinogen and lower antithrombin levels were reported in patients with COVID-19. And associated with it has been identified the intravascular coagulation, a manifestation of viral coagulopathy following the arterial, venous, and microvascular thrombosis and endothelial damage.
let me just show you again how this it going to work.
Roads can be prevented.
Serratiopeptidase,
I just want to make it clear, sir.
yeah, please, sir, please.
Before slide.
Yeah, sir, please.
Before slide.
Is this the one? The other one?
No, sir. Before the other one, sir.
Next one.
Given the level as
yes, I just want to make it clear here. Before slide, sir. Yeah, this one. Well,
this one?
We know that, anticoagulant, it is going to prevent, first of all. The thrombus is prevented. The clots are prevented. That is what. Thrombolytic. We have seen so many thrombolytics. Streptokinase, elaptase, and all those things. But it's a high cost. This is only cost 1 rupee. That is going to dissolve this thrombus. Fibrinolytic. The fibrin, which is the measure formed is is destroyed into D-dimer levels, D-dimers. That is why huge D-dimer level indicates that huge clots are in the body. Because of that, this is not happening at some place. It is going to happen at all the places where the AC receptors are there. That is why when it starts action in just 1 hour of taking the medicine, and you can see the better results. I can say that within 4 days, if you see any clotting for the D-dimer level of 1500 to 2000, you can achieve it by only 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days, these clots are going to dissolve. And this is going to be the first step that is going to help the people, even in the cardiac cases, atherosclerosis and all those things. The sclerosing is one thing, deposition of calcium there. Before that, we can prevent it as a use. One thing I want to say in this regard is, serratiopeptidase is not a drug in America. Serratiopeptidase is used as a health supplement. This is one thing everyone should understand. It is a drug in India, but it is a health supplement. They could get it in bottles there, in like a supermarket at any place. Even if you go in Amazon, also you can get that one. Daily one use. They used to say, but maybe might be with all these properties. They said that
That's what
because
it's a,
high
it's a
risk
big
person.
exposure. Like colchicine, you have exposed again in America. This is used like a supplement available in all
Health
stores.
supplement.
In India, you are
They
using
can
it like a
see.
drug. You should question American CDC, FDA now, including that YouTube and these fellows Google, as to why you are not allowing these type of drugs to be understood by the people or the scientific community, or for that matter, the doctors community in India and the other world. You are trying to suppress the truth by pulling down the videos, by not allowing us to show to the world with data, with evidences as to how serratiopeptidase is working as an anticoagulant, thrombolytic, and fibrinolytic, how this is going to help in these functions, how well these are defined in COVID-19 case virus, and even as an complication of vaccines too. Because you are not coming out with autopsy or postmortem, you prove us wrong, no problem. Colchicine, when we speak of colchicine as well as serratiopeptidase, 45 rupees therapy, 45 Indian currency rupees therapy, it is going to help COVID-19 when yourself stating how it is going to damage your own tissues. And these are the drugs, proven drugs by own American journals. One is
Yeah.
colchicine proven by American cardiology, the other serratiopeptidase by using them as a health supplement. Now, how Indian Council of Medical Research, Indian Medical Associations, Prime Minister's Office, Prime Minister, chief ministers, all health departments in every state, all political parties, why are you silent? Including drug controller government of India. You need to answer. That is why we are making this show. When you have such wonder drug creating rebound symptoms, the president of America testing positive again after using that drug. How is that these proven drugs are not being allowed to be used? Yes, sir.
Uh, I want to add here one thing is American, according to American single drug, and the other is a health supplement. But according to Indian drug system, it is two drugs. But overall, I can say that one is a health supplement and the other is a drug. Uh, Sir, actually, this given when I have started colchicine as a first, serratiopeptidase as a first drug, early in the COVID, starting of the COVID, I could get good results.
When
When
you
I
were in
added
Gandhi,
with one of the,
when you were in
no, sir,
Gandhi,
no, sir, out of the Gandhi at that time.
okay.
Before that, I had one on the dengue also. Dengue had 100% results. If someone asks, I will give. Even
Definitely.
dengue, even
That
dengue,
dengue
I am
will come
saying.
out later. I'll make an exclusive show on dengue because of so many people dying. We said we have been challenging. Is it COVID-19, dengue, malaria, typhoid, which is more dangerous to Indians? That will come
Sure,
back
sure.
exclusively on dengue. Yes, sir. Please.
Here in this treatment, I already said. So next slide. I just want to make it
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
A manifestation of viral coagulopathy
I
following
just want to
acute
explain. Just go to for next slide, sir.
the
These are the things. The development of the thrombus is characterized by.
coagulation. A manifest
Yeah,
I want to explain here from next slide.
I'll just, yeah, yeah. Another one.
That is what the D-dimer, which is the end product of the fibrinogen degradation, sir. And that is if we decrease that one, the clots are decreased, then so D-dimer level will be lesser. If you see most of the D-dimer levels in other cases, that is in pregnancy and all the skins or deep in thrombosis, we see higher D-dimer level. Because of this property of fibrinolytic property, and it is not that this is going to do this ratio 50 is acting on this one. It is acting on other also. It's like plaques, atherosclerosis, that has been thrombophlebitis. This is from the article base. It is not Dr. Vasanth is saying. This is purely from the articles. You can
So
see
these
that
articles are there.
atherosclerosis.
These articles are
Yes,
there for everyone to understand.
any evidence,
Dr.
any evidence.
Fauci, don't hide all these things. Indian Council of Medical Research or DCGI, they have become blindfolded now. All the health departments, Indian Medical Association doesn't want to research, put out the facts. Now here we are trying to put out the facts on your screen. You can prove us wrong. No problem. We will hold a show for you stating that whatever you state, we will try to. But come out with legal evidences as we are doing now. It has got fibrinolytic property. It will try to correct that. Then the thrombosis, which is characterized by significant increase in D dimer, will start coming down. Yes, and I'll go to the
So,
next one.
every word I am saying, whatever saying, this is going to be. Just I want to focus it here. It's clear. Is it clear, sir? May I
Yes,
make
yes,
it?
please go ahead. Go ahead, sir. That's all.
This is a paper, complete paper. Everyone knows that. When you prepare a paper, you
You are
have to
showing
take
the
it
paper
from
now?
all the.
Are you showing the paper?
Yeah,
That's all. Are you showing the
yeah.
paper?
It's paper. Paper is ready. Paper is ready with me since 1 year.
Okay. So all these things are there in the paper. He has
Paper,
proved his price.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one thing I want to submit here. As a doctor, you need to give the evidence. It is that from all the papers, the journals, articles, which I took it from the journals, even that from the Britannia from microtubule, and I had mentioned every author, every sentence which has been there, written by there, is from articles. It is not from Vasanth. See, these are the people who had contributed the things to the world.
I'm
I'm
not able
making
to.
out this.
I'm not able to show you. Your video is off. Can you just switch on your video?
Okay, okay. It's on, sir.
Your video is. I'm unable to access your video. But I'm
Maybe the
unfortunately
charging problem. It's
because I'm not able to access your video. And I'll just try to show the your presentation again on the screen. Yeah. So I'll go further.
0.5 mg 12.
Sir, I could see my video and mimmally కూడా చూస్తున్నాను.
Yeah, you are able to see, but we are unable to see your video. So
Okay.
the fibrinolytic activity of SCPD coupled with multiple properties, it is there on the screen. Proteolytic, thrombolytic, antifibrotic, anti-inflammatory, antitherosclerotic, and antioxidant activity suggests its potential benefits in reducing the severity of vascular complications involving thrombosis or coagulopathy in COVID-19. If you have any doubt, Dr. Vasanth Kumar has done a lot of research. He has got papers, all the evidences, scientific evidences, and all these, whether it is colchicine or this drug, have been picked up from the journals, from the articles, word to word, and he has just put them implemented. I mean, he has just treated his patients by these drugs which exhibit such curative properties.
And anti
Next slides.
Yeah.
which is paired in this Omicron.
Serratiopeptidase is observed in the small intestine and blood level of serratiopeptidase achieved in 1 hour. Daily dose of 10 mg thrice daily for 24. This is there on your screen. You can watch. And the
Yeah, actually,
pathophysiology
24
of the
days.
skin.
24 days because most of people will ask that why you said 5 days. But one thing, when there is such a clotting system is there in some people, old age people, I can say, or those who are prone for the heart attacks and all those things, that can be used for 21 days, 3 weeks to 4 weeks they can use it
But
until
does it have any other side effect? Does it have any side effect? Serratiopeptidase.
no, as such in the bleeding disorders. I had to answer to that also. The bleeding disorders, if someone has a bleeding disorders, they will not have the problem. They will not have the clotting things. The clots will not be formed in the bleeding disorder people, so they can escape it. In bleeding disorder people, we have to carefully think of all the things. I had already given regarding this that also at the end of the video.
Right,
Who had to use, who had to not use.
right. Yeah, that will show you.
Using the effects of
And
side effects.
one thing, sir, I just want to make it here.
Yeah,
The,
please go.
Here, the serratiopeptidase mainly on the coagulation pathway, and the colchicine plays the role in the destabilization of the cell with microtubular dynamics and stops further spreading of the infection. That is why all my cases infected in the delta could stop the infection at that place only and did not go to the further infection. And both are the anti-inflammatory, sir. Inflammatory modulators helping in decreasing the effect of cytokine storm, which is very prominent in the delta. But when see the omicron, it's less severe. The both drugs decreases the hospitalization and prevent from long COVID too. And the more that is why it is from the starting prevention. Even this can be used as a prevention. This can be used as a treatment. Even this can be preventing from the long COVID too. I'm giving all the three. I'm saying all the three. I could say able to say all the three.
Wonderful.
It's over.
It's
And
over.
one
Game
thing I
is
want
over.
to say, game is
Game is
over.
over.
And the game changer. It is a game changer, I can say in this world. And
Yeah.
one thing I want to say here is zero COVID can be possible. If China says zero COVID is not possible by the other country, with these two drugs, at a time, if you give it to the people infected, the zero COVID is possible in just 10 days.
Wonderful. That is coming
If you,
from
t-
Dr.
if you, if you treat it, if you treat it to the context, if you treat it with the
Right.
household people who have been there in the house, you can stop it.
This is coming from Dr. Vasanth Kumar, Assistant Civil Surgeon from Hyderabad. He says serratiopeptidase along with colchicine is a game changer. Can be a preventive, curative, and whatnot. Everything. So now you think a 43,000 Indian currency rupees drug, wonder drug, or serratiopeptidase colchicine costing 45 rupees. You have to decide. And here, this colchicine and serratiopeptidase is on your screen, and this you can really play and check the authenticity of the curative functions of this drug. Then you compare with the wonder drug. Did they give you the contents, the pathway, as we are trying to do it now with a doctor, qualified doctor, Dr. Vasanth Kumar?
One submission, sir.
Yeah.
Drugs
Just next slide. Next slide. Actually, when you see some drug interaction is there with the colchicine, we have to
and
stop it.
Yeah.
Drug interaction is there with the statins. Colchicine should not. Statins should be stopped with the when we use the colchicine. Digoxin is one drug, and there are spironolactone is one drug, and these are some drugs are there. We have to stop the drugs. We should not give along with this one. And is the cheapest 100% efficacy complete COVID-19 treatment. Treatment with just only 45 rupees with serratiopeptidase and colchicine just for 4 to 5 days. 45 rupees will show 4 to 5 if you keep anything there. 4 to 5 days. It's over. Game is over.
45 rupees, the game is over with serratiopeptidase and colchicine. And now you compare it with the wonder drug. I leave it to your own sense, because we are here to provide you information with science, truth, with pathways, how it works, and the decision is for every citizen. చూయించడం వరకే మా బాధ్యత. సమాచారంతో పాటు ఆధారాలతో పాటు విజ్ఞానాన్ని వైజ్ఞానాన్ని ఈ విధంగా చూయించడం ద్వారా మీరు నిర్ణయం తీసుకోవాల్సింది మీరు.
In this one, whereas in alpha, beta, and delta,
Next,
the treatment protocol, online classes, and the economy is coming down, and the poorer country is still becoming the poorer, the richest is becoming the richest. But
Right. So this is for the presentation, and I hope we are very clear here. Sir, I think you have to switch on your camera, sir. Otherwise, you are not to be seen anywhere.
yeah, already is there open, sir, and maybe it might be the charging problem, sir. Because of that, it could be switched. It might be switched.
Chalo, this is what Vasanth Kumar ji is not to be seen in the screen now, though he was in the beginning. So this is what is for today, and we leave it to your own better sense, including CDC, FDA, ICMR, DCGA, all governments across the globe, and the Telangana government. You should take the call now. The Director of Health, Mr. Srinivas, Dr. Srinivas, don't create fear and panic, please. Now, here are the wonder drugs. Why don't you at least put them into your schedule of treatments, your
Even
protocols?
the DME, Director of Medical Education, is one person who is now seeing so many medical colleges, who is having the ethical committee, and this is not the dangerous drugs. Those people can try it at their place in the bigger hospitals like Gandhi, Usmania, or any other place. There are so many intelligent doctors are there. With those people, we can get it good in a better way. It has been their duty. What I'm saying is, for a long time, they can test it from anywhere. I'm challenging to all the people, wherever, whoever may be. I can prove it in 4 to 5 days. If the people, they can see the daily blood sample test, in what way it is acting by other drugs, Laxavid or Remdesivir or anything, and what way with these drugs. In what way the improvement is there, whether it is with the Remdesivir or whether it is with the Serratiopeptidase and colcin. Definitely, the Serratiopeptidase and colcin is going to be in the race. Definitely, 100% is going to be in the race.
100% this is going to win the race, and I leave it to every government, including the Telangana government, Medical of Health Director and Medical of Education. You can implement it in your hospitals. He says the drugs are very safe, and when all the other drugs are being used under emergency use authorization, mind you,
Why
all
not?
the directors, you are using all them under emergency use authorization. Come on, remove emergency use authorization. We are challenging you. Have liability and compensation angles going for vaccines and the drugs which you are trying to use for under the name of COVID-19 treatment or prevention. Why are you not doing that? Where is the autopsy or postmortem report? And making people to run from pillar to the post, spending lakhs, and how many have died. Where is the autopsy postmortem report? Why are you creating fear psychosis when you have these two wonderful drugs from your own colleague, Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gourani? Why don't you implement this? Test this. Let us test the efficacy, and that too, let us give it to such who really want it. But why don't you put it in the public domain, in the protocols? Why are you trying to utilize such drugs which are going to create rebound phenomena and again testing positive, creating panic? Already 2 years, people lost their lives, they lost their jobs, children lost their education, markets dwindling down, farmers and villages suffering a lot. Wake up call for all the Telanganites and all the states in India by these two wonder
Around the world.
drugs around the world. Why not you use these two drugs, Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gourani? I'll leave this last words to him only. We are here to provide information as per rule of law, constitution, invoking evidential act that we have done with these two drugs, and the other drug which has caused rebound symptoms in the president of US. Again, he tested positive. Two lines from you, two sentences or two words from you, Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gourani, to Telangana, India, and the world on your research, on your treatment for 45 rupees, Indian rupees only. Yeah, Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gaurani. Let us end by your
My
statement.
request, uh, my request to our Honorable Prime Minister of India and the people, the politicians, the bigger politicians all over in India. Our country is poorer country. Our people don't have that much money to spend on 43,000 or 1,400 on the medicines. Just 45 rupees to all the people. A small person to the biggest person, the treatment is unique. One thing which is giving better. It is the right of the people of my country to get this medicine. It is the rights of the people to give the better treatment. It is not that some country, our Indians go to the other country, do their best in other countries like America and all the countries. But I'm Indian. I'm serving to the people of India since 17 years. I'm requesting to the whole nation, whole people, the smaller to the richest, whoever may be, the treatment of choice should come out in a better way, in better process. It is not that I want to hurt to anyone else. It is not that these drugs are hurting anyone else. It is giving the better thing. It has to reach this common man. Today we are not giving the medicines. You are just giving the symptomatic treatment. We are losing the health of the people. It is not the health. We are losing one way. We are losing the wealth. One way losing the health. And even education system. My children could not go to the school since 2 years. They are willing to go. Please, it is not my children. The children all over India, all over the world, they are not going. They're sitting at home with the outline. We had to provide. That is the main reason for Vasanth to come out. I want to give my children a freedom to go to school. I had to give. So many children ask when I go to school, Uncle, you do it. Yes, but I'll try to do it. It is the process. The government has to take the decision. It is for the welfare of the people. It is welfare of all the things, wealth, health, education system. Everything was being damaged with COVID. Now the time has come to the politicians, who are maybe, whatever the things, the leaders, the bureaucrats, anyone else had to think in a proper way, whether it is working or not. Just test it for 5 days. 5 days will give the answer. The paper is ready with me. In 5 days, we can say to the world that this is the best of the best treatment. Only 5 days is required for proving that with on the trial basis from various institutions all over the world. Dr. Guleria and from the AIMS, they can test it. They can test it on the people and they can test it to give to the people. That is what I want to say. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, Dr. Vasanth Kumar, and I hope the governments in India, Telangana, and across the world, including those who matter, CDC, FDA, World Health Organization, Indian Council of Medical Research, Director Control Government of India, Drug Control Government of India, and all the health departments, all the politicians, and the vibrant citizens, the eternal vigilant citizens, will understand. Now they will force, if the government will not come forward, to test these drugs at least, because every other drug, every other vaccine in the name of COVID-19 is under emergency use authorization, mind you, my citizens. There
Yeah,
is no liability, no compensation. They are all being used, including this latest wonder drug, under emergency use authorization. So why not you try this 45 rupees colchicine and the Saro? What is that peptidiase?
days.
Sir, yeah, whatever it is. Colchicine and this peptidiase, Saro peptidiase drugs.
Days.
Yeah, why don't you use these two drugs? Kindly understand. They have been, they can prevent, they can cure, and they can act in multiple ways in for other disorders too. Such a wonderful combination of these two drugs. And he has presented with all the journals, all the referrals, everything for every citizen to understand, to refer to, and then take a decision, as it is your life. Once you are informed, truly informed, well informed, with proper information as per rule of law, constitution, invoking evidential act, it is for the concerned citizen to understand and take a decision. That is what we try to do from this channel, and that is what our wonderful guest, Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gourani, an assistant civil surgeon from Sultan Bazar Hospital from Hyderabad, Telangana, has again come out very clearly with all the data which is now there, going to be there in the public domain for you to explore. And we say, before saying bye, health is wealth.
Well,
Now it is there in your hands. The decision is purely yours, truly yours. Thank you. Do support DRTSPR channels in larger public interest, and support, subscribe, and share. For all the Indians, we say Sukhanidra Shubharatri for the world over. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It should be a wake up call for all with this wonderful presentation by Dr. Vasanth Kumar Gaurani. Thank you, Dr. G. God bless you. Take
thank you,
care.
sir.
Good night,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you,
Right,
sir.
right.